There was a time in my life where I felt my life was a movie, and then somebody pressed pause. It really feels a bit awkward sitting down in the park alone and talking to your camera. Hello everyone, this is Chidima Ogochi Hyogo. Welcome to my channel. There was a time in my life where I felt my life was a movie, and then somebody pressed pause. It was not a pleasing place. It was a frustrating and a depressing place to be in. A friend of mine called me some time ago to tell me about how she felt her life was stagnant. She felt that there was not many things happening in her life. There were so many things she wanted to do. She wanted a job. She's thinking about marriage. She's thinking about children. But at this point of her life, it felt like nothing is happening. So I told her, babe, I've been there, done that. And you can't even tell if you're going to do it again, because life is full of mysteries. You just have to be in complete dependence on God and continue to pray and continue to seek for help, right? So it all happens to us at one phase of our life or the other. And social media is not even making it any better, because whenever you come to social media, you're going to see your friends, you're going to see people that probably you started school with, you're going to see people of different walks of life. You feel like, this person is so much ahead of me and I'm still here, especially if you have known this person, like both of you started on the same journey. Both of you just started the same school, or you've probably been classmates, and you feel like, or you've even been friends. That's even the major thing. You've been friends with this person, and he or she is married with 3 kids, and you've never even seen husband. Let's talk of having children. So it can be frustrating and it can be depressing. But the thing is, I watched a movie recently. No, it wasn't really a movie, it was a documentary. And this lady was talking about how she was so much consumed with the desire of what she wanted God to do for her. It was a point in her life and in her marriage where she felt they were at one spot. They were not moving forward. And then she was consumed with this desire that there was nothing else she was thinking about. To God, everything, to let her know that she should let go of all of this. She should let go of all the stress and anxiety, because it got to a point where she was always depressed, where she became this irritable person, and she knew she wasn't in a good place. But she had to begin to let go. She had to begin to learn how to trust God. She had to begin to even thank God for the things He has already done. Like that time that I remember clearly, because this my friend I was speaking to, she was the same person I spoke to at that phase of my life. I told her, babe, do you remember so and so year that I called you and told you that I feel like my life is just on a hold, like somebody just went and pressed pause and nothing is happening in my life. I was out of school, yes, graduated, but I had no job, I had no money. I was living in my parents' house. I don't even know what was going on with my relationship life, but then my life, it felt like my life was literally on a hold. And I felt stagnant. I was always feeling depressed whenever I wake up in the morning. But then I told her these things will pass. But before it passes, what exactly are you doing in that phase? First of all, you have to learn how to cultivate joy. Joy is a fruit of the Spirit, and joy is what comes to your heart regardless of whatever the situation is, regardless of what is happening around you, regardless of your circumstance. You have to trust God to cultivate the spirit of joy in you, regardless of what is happening. Another thing you should learn to do if you are in that phase of your life is to think about the things you have. Focus on the things you already have. Focus on of what God has blessed you with. Yes, I didn't have money, but I never woke up in the morning and I was looking for food to eat. I was never hungry. I had my basic needs met, but then I was thinking about having my own pocket money, maybe go to shopping and all of that, do other extra things. You get, yes, I didn't have a job, but I realized that I had my phone. I could do a lot of videos on social media. That was also the point I realized that I could write, but I've never sat down to flesh out any form of book. That was exactly the time that I wrote my first book, to be sincere. That was the period I started thinking about writing a book, and I wrote my book. Because you really cannot tell that which is inside of you until you have been pushed to the corner. So what are you going to do is to learn to thank God about what you already have. Focus on the things that you have. Focus on the things that He has done. Focus on the things that you can do. And try as much as you can to take your mind away from what is happening. It's not going to be easy, but that is exactly what you need to do. It is too much energy to wake up feeling depressed every day, wake up feeling frustrated every day, and learn the art of thanksgiving. I cannot emphasize that enough. I was praying earlier this week about something, and then I was telling God, I think I fixated my mind on that thing so much, and then I heard God speak to me saying, learn the art of thanksgiving. Yes, He said that to me. I began to thank Him. I began to thank Him even for what I was asking. I began to thank Him for all the things that I have, because there's nothing that I have that God has not given to me. So I began to thank Him. So learn the art of thanksgiving. Another thing is to look inward and think about, what can I do? Or what is that thing that is inside of me that I can flesh out in this time that I'm waiting, or in this time that I am still trusting God for this particular thing. Just get busy. That is just what it means. Get busy. Because if you're idle, the devil is going to whisper a lot of things in your head. He's going to begin to tell you you are this, you're that, and you begin to feel hopeless. And hopelessness is not a place that you want to be. People that commit suicide started from depression down to hopelessness, and then they think their life is no longer worth living anymore. And I'm sure that is not a place you want to be. So begin to look inward. There must be that thing that you can do. There must be that fun activity you must focus on. Just be busy. I think that's just the word. Be busy. Lastly is pray. As a Christian, I know I may be talking to non-Christian people, but as a Christian, one of the things I do, or one of the things I would advise anyone to do, is just to pray. There are times when the time of your waiting, or time that your life feels stagnant, or you're trusting God for something, might actually be a delay from the devil. And you don't want that happening. You want to pray about it. You want to break that thing. You want to pray and break the hold of the devil over your life. Make sure that you are praying that your life is not stagnant by the works of Satan, that your life is not stagnant by the works of the devil. But sometimes delay could actually be from God. It might actually be that He wants you to learn something. It might actually be that He wants you to become something. Because how do you become patient when things are not withheld from you? Like, how do you patiently wait for something? I don't know how to explain it, but then how do you become patient when something is not withheld from you? Sometimes it might be God trying to make you become something, and you need to find out what that thing is. But unfortunately, you'll not be able to know if you are not in the place of prayer. So what have you learned from this short exhortation, as I would like to put it? Please write it down in the comment section, and I'll see you again. Bye.